now the job market is changing. A lot of people has been laid off from different level in the industry. Some of them may be workers, some of them in officer as well too. If you look at a lot of corporation, what they have done for the last 5-10 years period of time was a lot of transformation work. So based on the new transformation work, there's a lot of positions become irrelevant. And COVID of last 2 years period of time make it so rapid. So now after COVID at this time, there's a lot of companies laying over a lot of staff in different level of the corporation. So now it's turned out to a very different situation and challenging situation for a lot of professionals who lost their job in a very short period of time. Even you can see all the big tech companies, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, they're all laying off their employees as well too. So that's also happening in different countries in South Asia, including Vietnam too. So in this video, if I would be laid off, what are the 10 strategies I will be doing it for myself to find my next job? So in this video, I'm going to share with you those 10 strategies to help you. So if you are being laid off or in the verge of being laid off, you will be able to use it for yourself to find the next job. And I will tell this one in this video, I'm going to share with you the core strategies for you to utilize. So let's get started. Sure. Number 1, ego is the enemy. There is a book about this one. Ryan Holiday wrote this book. In the book, it's a very good, valuable lesson, which I see that in our life, most of the time we suffer for one fundamental issue is our ego. Our ego almost work with us like a glass in front of our eye, and we see the rest of the world just through that lens, and ego is the one who really condition that our vision. So in this period of time, if I see this one is a very challenging period of time, the first thing I will do, I will drop my ego. That means I will not be just hang on to my old achievement, old positions, but I will come up to a more tactical environment with the goal to get back to the industry as fast as possible. And not only that, I will be doing it as fast as possible too, but I will be also looking into it that how I can find myself in a new job where I will not be getting laid off in a short period of time. So that's why the first thing I will do it, I'm going to slaughter my own ego and just completely throw it away. So I will have a better visibility to understand what is the job market is offering right now with me, or what kind of opportunity I have. So that's my first aspect. Now the number 2, I will start doing about my own skill assessment. So I'll be looking into it, all my 10 top strengths I have, and I will also list down all my 10 weaknesses as well too. So all are the 10 steps or strengths I have, I will be starting to list it down, and then very second thing I will be doing, I will get into a touch different career coaches who are really practical and really useful to give me advice. I will not be just meeting a lot of people who have a lot of contents and like content marketing and getting out of the school and calling themselves as a life coach or a career coach. I'll be really getting to the people who are really successful in a career, and more importantly, I'll be getting into touch of this time who are coach and willing to share and already still relevant in the industry and having good paying job for them, or good jobs which we call it. And I will have time with them, and I will have them as my coach. I will pay for them, and I will want them to work with me to really look into those 10 strengths, and also get their feedback on my 10 weaknesses. So my first goal will be how I can excel those 10 strengths and how I can cover my 10 weaknesses. Why do I do that? Because as the industry, economy is tough, so the hiring manager and HR, everybody has a lot of options to pick it up. So I will be shining and fine-tuning myself in a way so I will be always be able to stand out myself, and that will only happen when I start to do my skill gap analysis. It's a very complicated process. That's why I will not do it alone. I will be getting a coach, and I will get the coach help to get it really well done. And it's not a 1, 2, 3 months process. It could be a 6-month process to really improve those strengths and 10 weaknesses. It depends how deep I am or how fragile I am on different aspects of those 10 strengths and weaknesses. Number 3, I'll be started to look into what is the different Vietnamese or my job market update. What is happening in industry? What kind of industry is hiring and what kind of position is hiring? I'll start to look into different job market updates. If you're in Vietnam and if you're watching this video, keep watching this video, and at the end of the video I'll share with you a platform, Vietnam job market updates, so you'll be able to see all the different industry positions, and it's happened every week, so you'll be having a very up-to-date situation of the industry. So keep watching, it will be coming in the end of the video. So whatever country you are in, the first thing I will be doing is I will be looking to the job markets. What are the positions they're hiring and what positions are hiring more and what level into it. So my industry will be, I will look into this industry, I'll pick the first industry which I'm most comfortable, and I will pick up probably another 2 to 4 other industry which could be relevant as well to have a good understanding of the industry. So I'm not coming with you from one industry, but I'm coming from one key one, and I'm going to focusing with other 3 to 4 other industry to support, to get to me preparing this one. And now not only that one, as I pick my first industry and 3 to 4 other industry, I will be starting over this industry too. And here's the point, as if I don't like to read or I don't like to do a lot of research, I can get all this information from the coach, because the coach knows all about this thing and they can do the reading for me and can give me the most up-to-date information, and that will save me a lot of time. That's why I always prioritize about having a coach. Number 4, I'll be looking into different salary review updates, because as the industry is in a different situation, different salary range has changed. Some of the skill set which has become more important, so maybe the salary range will increase for this one, but at the same time some of the roles are not so as important as used to be before, or maybe the availability in the workforce to pick up another person is a lot more easier too. So I'll be working on all those positions which I'm looking into it, and I will be constantly reviewing their salary position in the industry, because that will be very part of me. Because if I go to the job market and if I get even picked up in an interview, and in the interview period of time I ask for a salary which is not relevant to the present market, I will be in trouble. I will be probably discarded as well too, and another candidate will be picked up because that person is more closer to their budget, because that is the industry situation right now. That's why the first step is so important for me, that I let the ego go, because more I let the ego go, my vision will be more or less conditioned to show me the real reality. So check it out, all the salary review and the salary situations happening. If you're in Vietnam, check it out in Vietnam Works. That website has a salary review section. Number 5, I will be really looking into that. What are the positions I'm looking for it, and what are the top strengths I listed down, and then how relevant those skill set, strength to the position I'm looking for right now. Because let's say example, probably I was before looking for an IT director role. Example, if an IT director role 5 years ago, the skill set the industry was looking for an IT director, and now is significantly different. Even they started to talk to a different role as well. It could be a CMO, it could be even an IT manager, or it could be a sales manager. They are looking for new skill sets. So what I will be doing is I'll be looking for all those new expectation about these new roles, and I will be preparing myself for those new expectations. So how do I deliver those new expectations? To deliver those new expectations, I need to develop new skills. To develop new skills, what I will be doing is I'll be getting help from the coach. So I'll be able to have a shortest possible way to get the right content and the right direction to build the skill set, because I want to have the next job as soon as possible. So I don't want to do it every research and every part discover of myself, because I will probably get lucky and can get it soon, or I could be unlucky to find a really long way. So that's why having a coach is so much important for me, so I can easily get the most relevant informations. Well, there's another aspect is before maybe I never worked with the coach, but now the industry is different. It's a new era where the industry is different, and I have been laid off, or I have been going to be laid off. So there is no shame for me to work with the coach, so I can get the right input into that one, and I can get the right shortcuts and the right direction to get the most relevant information for me, so I can get my right skill set developed to get into those interviews. Because if I want to go to the next interview in next 3 to 4 weeks of time, I want to make sure that I have the most relevant skill set, relevant pitch ready to go to the next interview in 4 weeks, because if I'm not ready right now in next 4 weeks of time, I go to the job interview and I'll be failed because I will not be able to demonstrate all these key expectations which is recently evolved for my positions. And even probably I don't know, probably have an assumptions and I'm not well prepared. But here's the point, as the economy is difficult, so I need me to prepare a way more well compared to when it's a great time, when there's a lot more jobs, company is much more asking less to select the next candidate. But now the economy is hard. This is my time for me to put more effort to get ready to the next jobs too as well, and I'll be preparing upfront like that. Number 6, I will be doing researches about how demanded these positions which I am targeting. So what I will be doing is there's a different way of doing this one. I will be looking into different job site. I'll be looking for searching all those different open positions counts which the position I'm looking into it. If I'm targeting positions and at a moment I have open position less than 10, means this position is currently in a very open position, less position is open, and there is a lot of candidate probably looking for it. So how am I going to do that? So there's a very simple way I'll do this I'm going to go back to the LinkedIn, I'm going to search the hashtags open to work, and I'll press enter, and then I will customize my searches to see how many people has a similar kind of positions I'm looking for has been laid off. So that means the people who are laid off, they are the one actually targeting the same positions I'm looking for. So that's the second thing I'm going to do. The third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go search the open positions which I'm targeting in the LinkedIn job sections, and then I will go to the open positions and I will go and see how many person actually applied for this role, because LinkedIn page job post has an option for a candidate to see how many people apply for it. And for me, it's a really valuable information, because if I see our positions getting more than 500 to 1 in a zone of 500 to 1,000 people apply for it, it is very competitive. But if it's go more than 1,000, this is super competitive to get even picked up for the interview as well too. So that's why I will be closely looking for all this aspect to see how demanded and how pressurized the environment into it. And if I see the positions I'm looking for it, all of them has a high demand, and for applicant to get the job, and very few position is open, and the open positions have a lot more application, like more than 10,000 applications, I will be re-strategizing and pivot my whole strategy. I'll be probably looking for a new type of roles which could be more relevant to me, and that's why I will be working with a coach, because the coach can guide me to actually target new positions and give me all the up-to-dates. And of course I will be able to do my own research too, but I want to do it fast. So in the next job interview probably coming, which I'm going to get in next 4 weeks or 6 weeks time, I want to get ready as much as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. Number 8, I'll be diversifying my industry. This is the thing I'll do. Probably in my last 10-15 years of career, I have worked with my key industry. I will be looking for other few industry which is as my supporting industry, and that is the way I will be really well strategize my plan of search. I will not just pick them randomly because I like about them. I will be picking up to them where my strengths, what I have so far, is more relevant. And second thing is I'll be also looking into it about how well aware am I about those industry. So when I come to the job interview, I will not look like a fool and I don't know able to say anything that business. And as soon as I picked up those new industry, I'm not going to just sit down. I'll be doing extensive research about it. I'll be bringing up all those topics to talk to my coach and help my coach and request my coach to give me all the new updates about this industry, so I have the fastest possible way to get the most relevant information and in my brain and in my mind, so that as soon as I get the job interview, I can come in and show them that I have the most up-to-date information and I'm well relevant about this industry. So the recruiter or hiring manager will not feeling like I'm coming from an outsider, but feeling like I have a well interest about this industry and I have done good research about the industry and I know all this up-to-date key informations. Probably I'll be also learning about the key jargons, because each of the industry has their own jargons and recruiter and hiring manager like to speak about it, and that's kind of one way to test the candidates to see how much they know about it. And I know probably they will be putting me in the same game and I want to be well ready for it. So that's why I will strategize my industry search, and that's my 8. Number 9, I will be ready for a long-term game because I know this is a difficult and challenging industry. A lot of people has been laid off, so I probably will be facing much more higher competitions than what I used to feel before in last few years back when I was applying for a new job. So what I will be doing is I will be not setting up a goal to get a first job in 4 months of time. It's probably too much, right? I will not be even setting a goals for 1 month of time. What I will say is hey, I want to be a process. I want to build a system around me, so every day I should be well more prepared for getting the job ready. So there is a way, if you hear about, there's a very great sharing from Jim Rohns about this one. Jim Rohns talk about it. Success is not something you catch. Success is something you attract to yourself. And I found that this is so important. So what I'll be really focusing about, I want to focus myself, my knowledge, and improve myself on those skill set, strength, my up-to-date, my key research, application on the thing, and I want to do it every possible day in my best possible way and get all the possible support I need from my coach. So I will become the person in a period of time, so who will be deserving the next job and will be much looking more standout compared to other candidates. So that's the thing I will do. I'll be ready for a long-term game rather than just thinking about I need a job in next 2 weeks and I will do everything possible to get the next job. No, I will not do that. I will focus more about building system, process around me, which will make me deserve to the next job. Number 10, I will be optimizing my job search. Previously, maybe I was getting a job from friends of friends and talking to my old colleagues or talking to my old bosses. I will not be just sticking to it. So this way also a little bit relevant to the first one I shared is about I'm going to let my ego go. I'm going to slaughter my ego. I'm going to completely throw it out. I will be looking for other new ways I can find the jobs. If I never applied for a job website, I will be applying job in the website. If I never use LinkedIn to apply for the jobs, I will be using LinkedIn to find the new jobs as well too. If I never updated my CV so well, I will update my CV as well too. I'll look my CVs and I will see all the different new ways to write CVs. I will restructure my CVs and probably I will be making many versions of my CVs too based on the target industry and the positions I'm targeting as well too. So I'll be looking much more well ready because I know when I send the CV in the difficult industry or difficult situations for finding jobs, recruiter will probably have finding only that 30-second to screen through my CV. And I need to stand out in the 30-second my CV is so relevant. So that's why I will be completely restructure and review my job applications and job preparation process too. You're probably thinking that how more I can do. So I have actually described about the 10 tips I would do for myself to optimize my job search so I can get my next job fastest possible way. To check it out, check out this video. I will be building process, but I will not be just sleeping that time. I'll be optimizing and evolving every possible day so I will be able to attract the next job too. Check out this video here right now. In this video, I'll share with you 10 tips so you can attract the next job fastest period of time. Click right now. I'll see you there.